Greetings, Michael Ortiz here as Executive Director of ICETE. I wanted just to share some things that we've been working on here at ICETE that you might want to be aware of, and some of it you are already aware of. For instance, communications. We've been doing so much more over the last year and even more recently with things like ICETE Virtual. ICETE Virtual is a way of bringing people together and having conversations globally about different topics through a webinar style type of event, but we're calling it ICETE Virtual. Also, you'll see some of our emails, our email blasts are coming out with some really good information about what's happening in quality and connections and other opportunities that we have within ICETE. We are highlighting some of our members, some of our quality initiatives, and other things that are happening. So keep an eye out for our emails that are going out as well. Also, we have a new initiative we're working on called the ICETE Mapping Project. And here's why we're doing this. Over the last few years, ICETE has dramatically expanded. We now have about 70 different ministries, organizations that are involved in some form of leadership training, education, theological education in different parts of the world. Most of these are all involved in global engagement, global work around the world. But with that growth of ICETE, we're hoping that we can begin to find ways where our members can begin to learn about each other, work together perhaps. So we're beginning a mapping project. I was just in Belgium a few weeks back, and I was in Belgium. We started with our partners, our 4 partners of ICETE. We're about to have another gathering here in Dallas, Texas in a few weeks. That will be with our associates and affiliates. We have over 20 organizations that are coming to meet with us here in Dallas. The goal here is to have our members within ICETE, those 70 that I've mentioned over time, really spend more time together in person. Some of it will be virtual, but the goal is to have them get to know each other, learn more about their ministries, what each other is doing, and through the mapping project, begin to map out literally what is ICETE doing through its members in different parts of the world in theological education, and are there duplications? Are we duplicating things? And where are some of the gaps? Where are we not quite reaching people with theological education as of yet? And how do we begin to fill in some of those gaps over time? We also, of course, are very concerned about quality in theological education today. We're working on an ICETE Alignment where all of our regional associations will have a way to align themselves within ICETE. That's not just to have an alignment, but also to have the different member associations know what's going on with each other. And also, if a student is in one part of the world, he or she knows that accreditation from their regional association counts in others in different parts of the world. Of course, we have the Micro-Credentials Project. And now I want you to keep an eye on that. We'll continue to send emails about that. We are in the middle of a 3-year project right now with the Micro-Credentials following our gathering in Izmir a few years back at ICETE C22. So this Micro-Credentials Project, keep an eye on that because that'll continue to be developed and especially work through our regional associations. So ICETE is working with our regional associations very closely to try to develop and implement micro-credentials within the regions. I want to mention the ICETE impact teams for a moment. This has been a really significant initiative for us here at ICETE. And right now we have over 20 impact teams. If you were with us in Albania, you saw about 20 of them there. And we are still working with many of those, and we've added a couple of more. For instance, we just recently added MBBs, Muslim background believers. How do we equip theological education leaders around the world to do teaching and learning around MBBs and equip future leaders to be able to deal with MBBs in different parts of the world? So we're working on topics like that. Of course, we have things like pastoral training, orality, character and virtue, CBTE, competency-based theological education. And for instance, the Women Thriving Impact Team just had a webinar on their own with their impact team. They had over 50 people attend from different parts of the world to hear about what's the role of women, what's the role of women in theological education today. So we're excited about the impact teams. Keep an eye out for that and how that continues to develop with us and through us. And your involvement in that is very important. So if you go to our webpage, go to ICETE, and find the impact teams section, go through the list. If you want to be part of one, you could simply enroll in one of them, no cost to you, and you could work on these impact teams with these impact teams no matter where you are located without having to go anywhere. Finally, I wanted to mention ICETE 27. We have dates for this event. This will be April 5 to 9 of 2027, and we are looking at a location right now. Hopefully it'll be in Africa. As soon as we have that nailed down, of course, we will let you know so that you can make your plans to where to go. But you know the dates now, April 5 to 9 of 2027. We also have dates already for April in 2030, because we want to begin to be planning that far out as well. 2030 will be ICETE's 50th year. So we're beginning to work towards that. We have, the Lord has been so good and gracious to us in so many ways. Our staff has increased. We have remarkable people that are working behind the scenes to do so much in ICETE and trying to help you as you think about what does it look like to do good quality theological education around the world. How do we connect one another for church impact? Ultimately, that is our goal, right? To strengthen the church for its mission through everything that we do in theological education. So the Lord bless you and keep you, and thank you for being with us and walking with us through ICETE.